Welcome to the initiative HP Online Teaching Assistant by HP Education. Today, we will explain how to use Google Slides in education. The objectives of today's educational session are getting to know the Google Slides interface, develop both individual and collaborative presentations, and learn how to share these slides with our students. Before we start, let's see what Google Slides is. It is an online application from Google that allows us to create presentations easily. What advantages does it have in the field of education? First, the changes we make in the presentation are automatically saved, which means we won't lose anything, nor will we have to look for the Save button. It has various pre-designed templates and themes that facilitate designing the presentation to make these much more attractive. Besides, it allows us to share our presentation with others. Everyone who has access will be able to edit simultaneously and see each other's contributions. And finally, if we want to, we can also download the presentation to our computer. This is optional. Otherwise, all your slides can be found in Google Drive and are available to be incorporated into your Google Classroom classes, for example. Now let's practice. I have opened Chrome from my Google account. So where do we find Google Slides? There are two ways to enter. One is from the 9 dots where all the Google applications are located. We search for Slides and click on it. This is the interface. Here I see the templates to begin creating a new presentation. Or if I want to work on a blank presentation, I can do it from here. And here are the presentations I've been working on recently. The other way to do it is from Google Drive. In the 9 dots, search Drive and enter. From the New button, I see the different applications to work with. Here's Google Slides, and I can create a blank presentation or from a template. I'm going to create a blank one. The first thing we should do is give a name to our presentation. This makes it easier to search for the file. I'm going to put 4th grade animals. If I want some ideas for my presentation design, I can look at the themes. As you see on the right, I have several options to choose from. Or if we have a template already created, we can import it to use in this new presentation. I'm going to select this one. We can choose between the proposed slides and then modify whatever we want until we are comfortable with the final result. Now let's look at some of the features we have on the top ribbon. From File, we can share our presentation, make a backup copy of the entire presentation, or only some slides in this presentation. You can download it in any of these formats that appear here. An option that I find quite useful when we don't have connectivity 100% of the time is Make Available Offline. When this option is activated, it allows me to open and work on the presentation without access to the internet. The moment I connect to a network, it automatically syncs and updates in Drive. When editing, we have these options: undo and redo, copy, paste, duplicate, and so on. From Insert, we can insert different content types, like images, text box, audio, videos, shapes, etc. From Format, we can make modifications to our text. Align and indent, line spacing, bullets, and numbering. That's everything that has to do with text design. Then in the Slide tab, we can create new slides, duplicate one, and even include transitions. In Arrange, we can bring items in our slide to the front or send it backward. We can also align elements or rotate them, all having to do with the positioning of details on the slide. In the Tools tab, we have options that will help us create these presentations. Just like the spell checker, the Explore option is quite useful, as it allows you to search for other documents in your Drive, in case you want to include them in the presentation, or do web searches without having to leave Google Slides. For example, I will write Big Bang Theory, and anything related to this topic on the web will appear. I can also search by images, or if I had something in my Drive related to this, it would also show up here. We also have a dictionary. We can create notes on the slides from our voice recordings. In the Add-ons tab, we can search for applications to work with, which can be included as a Chrome extension, such as Screencastify to make videos. And here, as you can see, some of the options appear that we have already seen in the previous tabs. They are the ones we would typically use the most, and change depending on what you're doing. For example, if I select a text, options appear for text editing. If I'm in the slide, I can edit it, change the background, layout, theme, or add transition. From here, I can also add comments. So now I'm going to add a title for my presentation. For example, Animals. If I want, I can add a subtitle. I'll put 4th grade. To add a new slide, press the plus sign or press Ctrl plus M. Remember that we can change the layout depending on what we need the slide for. I'm going to put another title here, Classification. Now I'm going to add an image. Let's insert, image, and here I have several options, like upload it from my computer, drive, photos. I want to search directly on the web, so here I type vertebrate animals. And images related to our search appear, from which we can choose. Besides, they are Creative Commons, so we don't have to worry about copyright. Just select the image and click to insert. We adjust the size of the image from the corners. We can also right-click on the image and format options, and we'll get several options to edit the image, change the size, position, color of the image, etc. If you want, we can add an animation to the image. From the Animate button on the right, we see the options. I have all these possibilities, and I can indicate when I want it to happen by clicking After Previous or With Previous. If we want to see how the animation looks, we click Play. Now I want to add a video. It's just as how I added the image. First, I add a new slide, and now, if you click Insert, Video, we can search for it from here on YouTube. If we have the URL, we put it here. Or we can search for it from our Google Drive, in case we have the video we want there. I'm going to search for it on YouTube. I'm going to write in the search box vertebrate animals to see what appears. We simply select the one we want and click on Select. Once the video is on the slide, I can adjust the size, or here on the right, we are going to open a video player and set up when I want the video to start and when it ends. This is to shorten it. Let's say the part I want my students to see goes from 1 minute 30 seconds and ends at 2 minutes. I make the change, and that's it. I will select this option, Autoplay when presenting. That's to say that when we are presenting and move to this slide, the video will play automatically. From here, we can resize it, rotate it. This is to make changes to the positions and whether we want it to have a shadow. I'll leave it like this. Now I want to add a transition between one slide and the other. To do this, we go to Transition and select the effect we want. If we want to see it, we click Play. Well, this would mainly be what you need to know to use Google Slides in terms of its functionality. Now I want to share this presentation with my students to add content related to the theme Animals. So I go to Share, and here I have two options. The first is to write the email of the people I want to share with from the Settings cog. I can disable or enable these options, whether I want them to be able to change the permissions and share it with others. I'm going to disable it, and whether I wish to download it, print it, and copy it. I'm going to leave it like this. I write the email, and from here I can define the role, viewer, commenter, or editor. I can include a message and click Send. I'm going to cancel this so I can show you the other option, Get Link. I can copy this link, but as it says here, only people within my organization will be able to see it. We can change this from here. Restricted is so that only people I choose can see or edit it. This would be only for people in my organization. And anyone with the link, no matter if they have the same domain or not, anyone who has the link can open it. And I can also define the role. In this case, as I said, I'll give them the option to edit. I copy the link and send it to my students, either by email or I can share it in Google Classroom. Here, I have my Google Classroom open. I'm going to go to my 4th grade biology class, and I can post on Stream. I click Add and go to my Google Drive to select the presentation we just created. Click Insert. Here I can add a message like, Hello, today we'll work on this presentation. We could now publish it, schedule the publication, or save the draft to edit later. Or we could go to the Classroom tab and assign the presentation as part of an assignment. Well, that will be all for today. I hope it was useful. Thank you for watching this video offered by HP Online Teaching Assistant, an initiative of HP Education.